I've finished 4 books in this series, and it's crazy to think that 4 books is not even the halfway point in this series, which is absolutely mental when you think about it. But we are reading The Wheel of Time. It's completely different. It feels like I've read nothing. It still feels like I've yet to explore so many more things. And so far, The Fires of Heaven, book 5, starts very, very strongly. In my opinion, I feel like this is a very solid start, and I have high expectations going forward. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. Now, okay, so before we start, I'll quickly show you guys the stopping points for this book, and yeah, let's get started straight away now. Okay, so this prologue was actually quite good. I actually liked it a lot. We experienced this prologue through Elida's point of view, and then towards the end it was through a Forsaken's point of view. So I don't know, I feel like this is a very good prologue. It is up there with The Eye of the World and The Great Hunt, so yeah, I can't choose, but yeah, it's actually very good. Now, remember when I said in the last book, right, how in the earlier chapters they do the recap thingy, where they kind of recap what had happened in the previous books? In this book, I feel like Robert Jordan had done it in a good way compared to the last few books. Like, he kind of slowly, blended in the recaps with the actual story, which I actually quite appreciated because it didn't feel boring. It actually still felt quite captivating. So I never for once was like, oh my god, this is too long, I don't want to stop reading. So that was a big plus. I hope fully the rest of the books going forward would be like this. Okay, so like I said, we start off with Elida. She is now the new Amyrlin seat of Tar Valon. So it's still crazy now, man. It's actually crazy to think about that this actually happened. The move that Elida made in the last book is still quite shocking. Like, I can't process it completely in my head. Elida now has every single Aes Sedai around her. They're having a meeting. They're talking about, the wars that's been going on. Like I said, it's all the signs that the last battle is coming. So a big thing is, like, Seldea, they are at war right now, which is quite shocking because they're like very close to the Blight. They shouldn't be at war. I think they're in a civil war. That's what's more shocking. Like, they should not be fighting each other. They should be protecting, everything. They should be protecting everything from the Blight. We also know that Mazrim Taim is still on the run, and I feel like Elida feels that they need to find him because it's not a good reputation for the White Tower. So yeah, he's still under the radar for the Aes Sedai. We also know that Elida's new keeper is not from the Red Arja. What was her name again? Her name is like Elvirin. She's from the White Arja, and this happened because most of the Red Arjas actually voted for Elida to be the Amyrlin seat, and Elida felt like, I need to keep this somewhat neutral so other people don't think that it's all biased and stuff. So she chose a white Aes Sedai to be her keeper, which, not gonna lie, it even took me by surprise, but I guess it'll keep this more interesting because this Aes Sedai, Elvirin, she acts as if she's equal to Elida, which Elida does not appreciate at all. Like, yeah, Elida does not like her. Like, she wants to just destroy her, but, she can't. But I feel like that's a very good way to kind of balance, the fairness of the Arjas and stuff like that. We also know that there is no more blue Aes Sedai anymore. They're all either gone or they've been killed. Like, that's mad. Like, no blues are here. And Moraine does not even know about this, so whenever Moraine does come back to Tar Valon, yeah, it's not going to be good for her, I can tell you that. These Aes Sedai are still looking for Rand. They want Rand. I feel like Elida, she's not, I keep saying this, I don't think she is a Dark Friend. She knows that Rand is the Dragon Reborn, but she wants Rand to come to the White Tower so they can take control of him. So, how Rand always says that Moraine thinks that Rand is her puppet. I feel like that's what Elida wants to do. She probably won't gentle him. She'll probably just control him, if that makes sense. I feel like that's Elida's plan. She'll probably be the mastermind behind the Dragon Reborn. That's probably her plan going forward. But I can't tell. It's only the prologue. I feel like we'll eventually get to more Elida stuff. Anyway, this part is actually interesting. Paden Fane is back. So he thinks that Elida is an easy target. He thought that Siuan was a harder task to deal with, and that's actually really interesting. I thought Elida would be a lot harder because sometimes I feel like Elida acts like the Amyrlin seat while Siuan acts like a child sometimes. So that's interesting. Maybe Elida just has holes to be filled because, like, Paden Fane noticed how Elida and Elvirin, they're not close together, and he feels like he can plant a seed in that crack. So I'm telling you, Paden Fane is up to something. He will definitely be up to something. So Pain and wants Rand, and he feels like he can work with Elaida to get Rand. Also, Pain, I think one of his reasons for coming to the White Tower is because he can... I think he's after the horn, bro. And he probably wants the dagger as well because he was very close to the dagger in book 1. But I think he wants the horn because we know whether if it's good or evil, whoever blows the horn, the army will be behind whoever blows the horn. And if Pain and Fane blows the horn, yeah. Actually, hold up. No, never mind. Whoever blows the horn, no one can blow it after anymore unless it's that person. So Matt blew the horn. So doesn't that mean Matt can only blow the horn from now on, or am I just tripping? Not sure, but if you guys could clarify that for me, I'll really like that. Anyway, so now this was mad. We move on to Ravine's point of view. Now Ravine, he was slightly mentioned in the last book, but we just know nothing about him. We start off with Ravine controlling this Aes Sedai. He is controlling, giving orders. It's almost like what Mogadine did in the last book, where she was compelling other people to do what she wants. That's what this Ravine guy's also doing. Like, yeah, this guy is like, finally, bro, finally a Forsaken. That's actually interesting, bro. I swear, bro, like Bilal, that guy was bad. Asmoding, the last book, that guy was bad. But by the way, guys, Asmoding is getting better in this book, so don't take my word for him. But finally, a Forsaken. That feels dangerous, bro. Like, thank God, bro. I'm all for this guy, bro. I'm not rooting for him. This guy's evil, but I'm very interested to see what this guy will do. And later onwards, I will mention some stuff more about him later, right? Anyway, so Lanfear comes. Apparently she organized this meeting between 3 or 4 Forsakens, right? So we have Lanfear, Grendel, Samael, and Ravine. Now both Ravine and Samael, they hate Luce, Theron, Telemann. I think something happened in the past, maybe that's why they just don't get along. So these two are very eager to kill Rand. But Lanfear, I want to talk about her for a minute because she is confusing the crap out of me. Like, does she want to protect Rand, or is she like with these Forsakens to kind of, I don't know, destroy Rand? So she does not make sense at all, and this is one of the reasons why I love her so much as a villain. She is just so unpredictable. She is so dangerous, but then she does dumb things like help Rand sometimes. I just don't know. And we also know that none of these Forsakens actually like each other, but then they are teaming up to kind of take a step forward from the other, what's it called, Forsakens, because they, like I said, they don't like each other. So they feel like these 4 in specific, they want the glory to all of themselves. Now Ravine at the end, I feel like he's gonna betray them, because he's like, I feel like I will have the advantage going forward. And yeah, I'm not sure what this Ravine guy's up to, but very excited to see where this goes with these Forsakens. And that's where the prologue ends. I feel like that was a very, very good, strong ending to this prologue. Very strong. Now, we move on to Min's point of view. Now, Min and Swan and Leanne, I think, it was Swan's keeper, right? Yeah, so all of these 3, they escaped the White Tower, and now they're locked up in a barn. So I think Logain, he kind of messed up by like burning someone's farm or something like that. He messed him, I don't know, I think he beat him up, he stole his money, and now Logain's gone, leaving these poor 3 girls by themselves, locked up, and they are ready to be judged. And the leader of this town is actually Gareth Bryn. Now Gareth Bryn, I think he had been kicked out from Camelin. I think it's all Gabriel's doing. Yeah, I think it is Gabriel's doing, because now he's kicked out and he is like the leader of this town or whatever. So when they were taken to court, he was like the judge, if you would say it that way. Now, this part was weird, bro. I think Leanne, like, she was always like a very cold person, but she's a Domani girl, and apparently girls back in Ara Doman, they're very flirty, they're very shifty with their words with men in specific. I think that's like a lifestyle for them, according to them, which was kind of, it is what it is. And we could definitely see how she is skilled in flirting. She was actually very, very skilled in this court, bro. She literally was using her words to get out of trouble. Yeah, basically all of them, their arguments were that they're not with Logain, they just needed Logain for protection, blah blah blah, and they would follow Gareth Bryn until the end of the world. And that's where Gareth Bryn was like, you guys won't be in trouble as long as you work for me. And yeah, you guys will be under what's it called, surveillance 24/7. So yeah, this does not look like a good lifestyle, because it will take years to pay off their debt. So yeah, that's stuff that, man. So when they were getting carried to Gareth Bryn's place, Logain literally ambushed this whole thing and attacked the rider, and he came back and he's like, listen, I don't trust you guys completely, but you know, I'm still willing to follow you guys to get my revenge on the Red Sisters for what they have done to me. They have gentled me, so I still want my revenge. So that's Logain. I feel like, I don't know, man, Logain is he's getting a bit interesting. It's a bit shocking as well. I thought Logain would be all gloomy and depressed, but according to Min's viewing, he will be glorious in the future. I don't know how. He might be some king in the future for all I know, because he doesn't have any powers now. He can't use the one power, so he must be at some high power going in the future. But like I said, I can't really make that much predictions now. Now, coming back to Gareth Bryn, he is not happy at all that these 3 girls escaped, and he wants to go after them straight away. He's gonna make a search party. He wants one in specific because she apparently gave like big oath to kind of serve him, so he's not happy with that. Anyway, so let's come to Caemlyn now, because this lady from Tear, she came to Caemlyn to meet up with Morghese, and basically this lady, whoa, holy shit, we'll get to that later. So when she met up with Morghese, she was just telling him as much as possible about Rand. Now, this part was mental, bro. Gabriel came. Gabriel told Morghese that she needs rest and she should go. Out of nowhere, Morghese, her personality changed, and she was like, okay, I'll go to sleep. Okay, before we continued, at that moment, I knew straight away that was Ravin. I knew straight away that was Ravin, because Ravin was compelling this Aes Sedai at the start, and now he's pretty much doing the same thing to Morghese right now. She's doing exactly as she is told, and she is the freaking queen. Like, no freaking queen does that. And then this Gabriel guy compelled the Tyrian woman to do the exact same thing. So instead of giving information to Morghese, give me the information. Yo, and then this Tyrian lady just spilled out everything, and she wanted to please Gabriel. Like, this Gabriel guy's power is dangerous. He cannot just only compel, he can just, alter with other people's emotions so they can take a bigger liking to him. If that ain't dangerous, I don't know what's dangerous, man. Like I said, I feel like Ravin will be a very, very, very good villain going forward. So excited and not too excited about him, because like I said, he's not a good guy, so we never know what he's gonna do. We never know. Anyway, so like I said, when Morghese went to sleep, she was confused. Like, she's like, wait, I'm not tired, blah blah blah. So that kind of confirms that this guy is a Forsaken. If not Ravin, he's a Forsaken, but I'm confident that it is Ravin. Okay, now let's change the whole setting to Rhuidan now, because yo, this whole place is a different place now. Remember back when like only two girls can go there in the lifetime and one guy can go there once in the lifetime? Yeah, this place is like a civilized place now, where people are trading, people are living there. Like I said, wherever Rand goes, he brings change to places like that. So yeah, Rhuidan is very, very different, man. We also know that most of the clans are following Rand now. We know that obviously the Shadow is not following him. And yeah, like a lot of clan chiefs are literally looking up to Rand. We don't know if they even like him, but since he is a Kaka Khan, they follow him because he has that title. But like I said, I don't know who likes him, who doesn't like him. By the way, guys, there's a lot of names here. There's a lot of clan names here. It's so freaking hard to keep up with them. So if I don't know a specific clan's name or some clan chief's name, forgive me. The only clan chief's name I know is Ruach. And then he's from like the Jindo clan or something like that. No, is he from the Jindo? I'm not sure. But see, I don't know, man. There's so many clans to keep in track. I just know that there's the Shadow, and then there's a Jindo which Ruach's from, I think. Yeah, that's the only thing I know. Everything else, yeah, it just goes through one ear, comes out the other ear. So my apologies for that. We also know that Jason Natael, Asmodean, is very close to Rand. I feel like he's still shielded from using the one power by Lanfear, so he can't channel, but he still can teach Rand about, different techniques, because he did teach Rand on how to protect his own dreams, because we know in the last part where the wiser ones were trying to sneak up on Rand in his dreams, and yeah, so he is teaching Rand different stuff at least. Okay, so we also know that Moraine and Rand continues to have like arguments and they just don't like each other. Okay, I wouldn't say they don't like each other. Moraine is definitely trying to help Rand, but Rand is just really rude towards Moraine. And yeah, he just feels like that Moraine is untrustworthy. That's probably his main reason why. And yeah, we also know that there's the Dark One seal. I think one of them has been found in Ruin, or was it two? I'm not quite sure. They're made out of that strong material that can't break, but the problem is this one was scraping off. Like, it's so weak. I think this is a sign where the Dark One is actually like getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and that the last day is coming sooner or later, even though it's not, because we still have freaking 10 books left. Egwene also was there and she was not appreciating Rand being rude to her, but we know from Egwene how she still meets up with Elaine and Nynaeve, and Elaine always tells Egwene that how much she loves Rand. And here, I'm not gonna lie, I can't really piece up Rand's love for Elaine. I don't think he even likes Elaine anymore. I think we found out what Elaine's letter was. I think one letter was like how much she loves him, and then the other letter was how much she hates him. I'm not gonna lie, if a girl did that to me, if she sent 2 different letters to me and it was like that, I would be confused too. I don't know what this is. I don't know, man. But I think Elaine is still gonna be Rand's wife in the future with Min and Aviendha. I think Aviendha being Rand's wife is nothing but confirmed now, because Rand always dreams about Aviendha with Elaine and Min, like pretty much confirmed that Rand is going to marry these 3 girls. By the way, guys, do I call this guy Asmodean or do I call him Natal? Let me know. Whichever one's more relevant, let me know. I think I'm just going to call him Asmodean for now. So they were talking about a lot of things actually. They know that girls can link together to kind of make the power stronger, but guys can't do that. Now, Asmodean's main reason was because guys were just stronger in terms of using the one power. Males were stronger when it came to the one power, and maybe that's why they just can't do it. It's just like there's some laws in nature that you can't play around with. Guys may be stronger with the one power, but when girls link up, even Rand, him being the Dragon Reborn, will struggle against like a bunch of women linking up using the one power. Alright, let's talk about Matt now, because Matt, he, like I said, he still knows a lot of stuff. He still remembers some battles that he had never been a part of. Like I said, he has memories of so many other different people that is not him. Okay, so I want to say something. We know that Rand is like a reincarnation of Lewis Theron, right? So who? I think Matt is also a reincarnation of someone. Is he a reincarnation of Arthur Hawkins? I think I'm wrong, but I just like, why would he have memories? It doesn't make sense. Why him in specific? Like we know that Rand and Perrin, they have leadership qualities, but this Matt guy does not have leadership qualities. So why does he have so many memories? I know it was because the Fox people gave him the memories, but why him in specific? Like, he knows the old tongue, and then he's so dumb. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love Matt. I'm not shitting on him. I'm just confused that why him out of everyone has memories that's always about armies and leading armies and counseling kings and queens. Like, I want to get the answers right now. I'm very impatient. I hate Robert Jordan, bro. He's playing with my emotions, bro. My emotions. But you know who is playing with Matt's emotions? This Aiel girl called Melindra. Yo. So apparently this is an maiden of the spear who came from the Shadow clan. I feel like as long as you leave the Shadow clan, you're still welcome. But do I trust her? I don't trust her, because number one, we know that Matt is promised to the daughter of the Nine Moons, and I don't think Melindra is the daughter of the Nine Moons, because I don't know, the way she is just very sus. It's very suspicious. Melindra, I'm not sure what to think of her. Now Matt, without knowing, gave Melindra a jewelry, a necklace. And you know, in Aiel culture, if you give a maiden, like what Rand did to Aviendha, it's pretty much like you want to court her. So without knowing, Matt did that, and Melindra was like, ooh, I see you. I'll see you later. And yeah, we know what happened later. This Melindra guy was all over him. Anyway, so Matt, this part was interesting. Matt saw Rand, and then Matt was calling Rand's name. Rand. Rand was not turning back to look at him. But when Matt called out Luz Theron, Rand turned around straight away. So is Rand slowly losing himself? Is that what it means to go mad? If you slowly lose yourself, you'll go back to lose Theron's form. Matt wants to leave. He just feels like he needs a new adventure. He just does not want to be around Rand anymore. So he wants to leave with what's it called, the peddlers. And then Rand told him that do not trust Kadir in specific. That guy you should not trust. And we later find out that Kadir is actually a dark friend. And we also know that Essandre is also a dark friend. And we'll talk about Essandre in a bit. But yeah, we know that the fat lady was Lanfear. And we know that Natael, he was also a dark friend, but he was Asmodean. And yeah, just before Melindra and Matt had their ooh la la moment, Rand was asking her, and he even asked every single girl he had talked to, that if she was, or if she knew anything about the Daughter of the Nine Moon. And every single one of them just said, no, I don't. Easy to say that Melindra is not the Daughter of the Nine Moon, unless she's hiding her identity. But like I said, I don't think she is, man. I don't know. She's from the Shadow Clan. The way she acts, it just doesn't seem like she's a Daughter of the Moon or something. It doesn't sound very moon-like now, does it? So yeah. Okay, now let's talk about Rand again, because Rand, this guy is living like a king, bro. He is the first ever male to step into the House of the Maidens. Not only to step in, but to sleep. His bedchamber is there. Like, yo, imagine living in a place where it's just full of maidens. Rand had a conversation with Aviendha. Aviendha came to visit him to give him a nicely made belt with a dragon on it. And the reason why Aviendha made this, because Aviendha believes that the bracelet or the necklace that Rand had given her, it was not out of, intentions of courting her. And then she felt like, in order to return the debt that you had given, let me give you this belt, and now we're even. Aviendha likes Rand, as she has a thing for Rand, and she just does not want to express it. I swear that I think it's actually proper, man. Rand also missed Aviendha because they haven't talked for a long time. And then, like I said, Aviendha always says how she hates Rand so much. I feel a bit of jealousy. I feel something between them. Let's talk about Essandra, bro. This Essandra girl, we know that Lanfear set her up, right? Essandra stole something, and yeah, these maidens were not playing. These maidens shaved her head. Everything she stole, she was wearing it, and that's it. Nothing else. Nothing. And when she came in front of Rand like that, Aviendha went from a cat to a freaking saber-toothed tiger. I'm telling you, bro, Aviendha is jealous, bro. There's jealousy, bro. But I want to talk about Essandra because the way they're treating Essandra, like, yeah, she did something bad, but god damn, stealing is a very big crime amongst the Aiel people. What they're doing to Essandra is actually crazy. But I feel like Rand does not want to snitch on Kadir or Essandra, because he needs to protect Asmodean as well, and Asmodean is a freaking Forsaken. So yeah, Rand is in a bit of a situation right now, because when Moraine finds out, yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. Okay, now let's talk about Egwene's point of view now. Now Egwene and Moraine and Aviendha and the Wise Ones, they're back in the sauna meetings where I think it's called like the sweat tents, whatever. Before I actually talk more about this, I want to talk about Rand's plan, what he's planning to do in the future with the Aiel people. So he plans to bring the Aiel over the borderlands to even by force if he needs to, proceed with his plans. And Moraine does not agree with that plan. So Moraine is trying to bring this up with the Wise Ones and how she feels like it's not the right plan, but the Wise Ones, even though they don't like a lot of things about Rand, they will always follow the Khan. So if Rand wants to do that, then we will also do that. And that's where Moraine was dismissed straight away. So I feel like nothing is going right for Moraine in this book so far. Like, yo, Moraine's getting it, bro. It's mad. And we also find out here that Aviendha is adding a lot odd. She's forgetting a lot of her chores. I'm telling you, bro, she can't. It's called love, man. It's called love, man. She can't stop thinking about the Khan, bro. And we know that she wants that Khan. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip. Yeah, we also know that they're talking about the changes that's been happening as well. We have freaking Tinkers in the Aiel Waste right now. Tinkers, which is very different. Like, it's very rare. And like I said, a lot of customs has been changed because of Rand. Wherever Rand goes, things changes. These wise ones are crazy. They want Aviendha to freaking sleep with Rand. She should feel humiliated, but she still does it to maintain her honor. Some G Eto thing. I don't know what this is, man. And yeah, like I said, these wise ones have no chill at all. That's some next level punishment, bro. I don't think it's a punishment for Aviendha, man. I think it's a dream come true, but yeah, we'll just move on. Let's come back to Rand's point of view. Now, when Rand wakes up, he smells something foul. He smells something acidic. He just does not like it. And there comes Darkhounds. We have not seen Darkhounds, bro. I know the only thing I know about Darkhounds is that they leave footprints on like steel. There were like 3 Darkhounds, and Rand tried to first kill them by using his sword. And yeah, they're like when he kills them, they form into shadows, but then they reform back. So in order for him to kill these Darkhounds, he summoned Balefire. Now Balefire is like some light beam, and it just instantly kills all of these Darkhounds around him. And then out of instincts, he feels like they're also after Mat, so he went to Mat's chambers and he sees Darkhounds attacking his door. So he used Balefire to kill that Darkhound, and when he came to Mat, okay, when he opened the door on Mat was, yeah, he was like in the aftermath of, you know, him and Melindra doing their thing, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's not the important part. The important part was Mat remembers seeing the Darkhound chew through that door, but the door was not chewed up. There's no opening in that door, like there's no holes. It's just complete, which was confusing. Even me, I was kind of confused when I was reading that stuff. Then comes Moraine. So remember Mat's medallion that he got from the Fox people? This medallion does not allow Moraine to use the 1 power on him. But when he took the medallion off, then Moraine can use the 1 power on him. I remember Mat said he wants to be free of Aes Sedai. I think that medallion is that thing. Moraine being Moraine, she wants that medallion. She feels as if that medallion needs to go back to Tar Valon for further study purposes. But then comes this very controversial conversation with Rand and Moraine. So Rand, him being Rand, he was just being rude to Moraine as ever. But then Moraine did something very unexpected. She said sorry. And she begged Rand. She was begging him. She was on her knees. She was crying out loud. Not literally, but I'm exaggerating. You know I am when I exaggerate stuff. But yeah, she was not herself. Even Lan and Rand, they both were there like, what the hell are you doing? She was like, I promise you I will follow you. I beg you. I am sorry. Forgive me. Blah, blah, blah. And that kind of made Rand feel just a tiny bit guilty. Then Rand kind of apologized for him being rude as well. But I never expected that from Moraine ever. And then after Moraine told Rand about Balefire, apparently this is not a very good sign. I feel like I always thought that Balefire was awesome as hell. And I think Moraine also used Balefire once before, but apparently you're not even meant to practice it in the White Tower. Even Forsakens are not meant to use it as well, and they were also scared of using what's called Balefire. Balefire is a cause of so many bad destructions between war and what's called cities. It's not a good thing to do, and we get to find out why. Balefire pretty much, before it touches something, it doesn't exist before it even touches it. That's the way it's hard. This explanation was so freaking trippy, bro. So what I'm trying to say is it ceases to exist before it even touches something. When Rand killed that Darkhound that was chewing on Mat's door, it killed it before it even bit through the door. So that's why the door is solid. And I was like, isn't that a good thing? Because he saved Mat's life, because Mat had a drop of poison, which Moraine obviously couldn't heal at first because of the medallion, but she eventually did. But I was thinking, isn't that a good thing? But apparently it's not, because when you take something out of the pattern, because you can do something worse, you can mess up the pattern. The pattern is something that we still don't understand to that extent. But let's say there's a major thread in the pattern, right? You can just mess with it completely with Balefire, and that may mess up a lot of things. I hope this gets explained further onwards. This Balefire thing is very, very interesting. Very interesting. and I want to see what's more to it in the future. We also know that Rand can open gateways now where he can go from one location to another, which even shocks Moraine. Moraine was not expecting that as well. And when he went back to his room, of course, who else? Lanfear appears. Lanfear comes back. And then Lanfear saw the ter'angreal that she was also after. The two ter'angreals that lead you to that massive ter'angreal where you can just use so much power. A male version and a female version. And that's where Lanfear was like, so you are considering my plan, aren't you? Rand was not himself after that. He was not Rand, he was Lews Therin. He was like Meryn. You are always after the power, you are always after glory. You ain't about love. And then Lanfear was like, Lews Therin? Oh my god, no, I love you, I've always loved you. You're mine, blah blah blah. They also mentioned Illyana. Remember that Illyana girl from the prologue in the book 1? Illyana my love, Illyana my love, Illyana my love. And then he just came back to himself after that. I don't know what's going on. I feel like sometimes Rand is just not himself. But he goes into Lews Therin's eyes or mind. I'm not sure what's happening here. Anyway, so we also get to find out through Lanfear that Ravine is controlling someone, a queen, in Caemlyn. And that is Morgase. So it's confirmed that Ravine is Gabrielle. Rand kind of feels like, oh damn, that is Elaine's mother. Elaine is my girl to be. Should I save her or should I just do my job? We also get to find out that some of the Idol clans are on their move. I think the Shadow clan are on their move. I'm not sure where they're going. I think they're going to the Borderlands, and yeah, Rand is planning to take his whole entire army, and he wants to also go to where the Shadow clan is going. Okay, now let's come to Nynaeve's point of view. Like, bro, finally a Nynaeve point of view, bro. Nynaeve is, I miss her so much, bro. I miss Nynaeve a lot. They are traveling on land because they feel like if they took the ship back to Tyr, it would be kind of predictable for the Black Archer, so they chose to travel on land, which is very exhausting, is long, is very draining. Anyway, I want to talk about Elaine and Tom. She's been very close to Tom, and when I first read this, I'm like, okay, fair enough. Elaine had, finally found out who her father is. She finally found out who her mother's lover is. That's probably why she's very attached to Tom. Like, everything Tom says, Elaine is admired by it, and so on, right? So that's my initial thoughts. We'll come back to Elaine and Tom in a bit. So then they came to a town where it was just white cloaks everywhere. Like, it's just dominated by white cloaks. And obviously Elaine and Nynaeve, they are accepted also Aes Sedai because they carry the ring. It's not a very safe place for them because white cloaks, they just kill Aes Sedai. So not a very good place. So basically, I want to talk about Durin, and Durin thinks Amathera is very cute. He thinks that she is very beautiful, so Durin likes Amathera, so that's cool. Okay, and then obviously Elaine and Nynaeve, they're very scared of Moghedien still, because we know that Moghedien is a Forsaken. Even though Nynaeve did beat her, she's still on the run. And yeah, Moghedien, I feel like, will have a big hatred towards Nynaeve, and this kind of sets out, I feel like this will set out a big fight between Moghedien and Nynaeve, a part 2. So we'll see what will happen with Moghedien. We know that Nynaeve will deal with Moghedien in the future. Okay, let's get back to Elaine and Tom again, because Nynaeve saw what's happening, and Nynaeve thought that Elaine was flirting with Tom. So she feels like she needed a word with Elaine. She asked Elaine if she still likes Rand and why she is flirting with Tom. I thought that Nynaeve just saw this in the wrong way. Elaine then says that what if Rand is also flirting with other girls? But okay, I still think that Elaine just didn't understand Nynaeve's question, but if she's being serious, then I'm actually not happy about this. Number one, it's wrong. The reason why it's wrong, because this guy used to be your mother's lover. You can't get in between in that. I don't care if they're together or not, you just can't do that. Number two, Tom is potentially Elaine's father. These are two big reasons why Elaine can't be doing this. If this is actually for real, then I'm sorry, I'm not supporting this at all. I'm not happy with this at all. Because Elaine, she could have just, I don't know, man, cleared everything out. She's like, oh no, Nynaeve, you took this the wrong way. This is not what's happening. Tom is just a very wise man, like whatever. I feel like he's just a very good father figure. She did not even say that. She just kept saying how Rand might look at other girls, blah, blah, blah. Someone please tell me. Someone please tell me this isn't a thing. Please. Because I'm telling you, If Elaine has feelings for Tom, that's so wrong. So wrong. And guys, I'm not saying it because he's older. It's because Tom used to be Elaine's mother's lover. That's big enough to not go there. Number 2, he is potentially Elaine's father. If he is not Elaine's father, then the first reason should be a reason for you not to mingle in that. Please, someone tell me I'm wrong on this, please. I think Nynaeve still mistook Elaine, and I think Elaine just didn't understand Nynaeve. Hopefully that's the case. Okay, Elaine said another thing. Elaine said that Taringal Dermaradin, or I don't know how to say the last name, is her father. Was this ever mentioned before? We know that this Taringal guy is dead, number 1. Number 2, we know that Taringal, isn't he, Moraine's father or brother? It doesn't add up, so we know that Elaine is lying. She's tripping out. Or am I tripping out? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. This book is playing with my heart, man. This book is playing with my heart. Okay, anyway, so Nynaeve and Elaine went shopping to get some vegetables, and then they saw this sign in a specific shop that only yellow Argers use when they need help. Okay, when they went in, instantly I was like, this is a trap. Don't do this. You can't just freaking go in the middle of nowhere and just... Yeah, bro. Because basically the lady that's inside, she was acting very stressed out. She was very low key. And I was like, that should be a reason itself for not to trust these women. But Nynaeve and Elaine, I think they're just very... I don't know, man. They just followed the yellow sign. And this lady gave them a tea, which kind of put them to a sleep. And then the lady was like, wrapped them up at the end. And that is where we end this part, with Elaine and Nynaeve falling into a trap. I don't think this trap is set by a Black Arger, because we know that the Black Argers are still back in Tanchico. They should be quite far behind. Or maybe some other Black Argers were already there. Yeah, this is a pretty good place to stop. I'm just going to stop right here. So yeah, like I said, guys, this is a very promising start to this book. I feel like this book has a lot of potentials. And I want to say one more thing. This is the first time that I feel like that I'm actually in the story. Like normally when you read a story, you're kind of reading it outside. Like you're reading it and you're building up everything in your mind. But this book, I feel like I'm actually in the story, living with these characters. I feel like I'm slowly, I don't know, man, dissolving into this world. So I guess that's a good thing. So it really shows how much I am enjoying this show. So it's a very good start to this book. So anyway, if you guys like this, make sure to give me a big like, comment down any of your thoughts down below. And if you still have not subscribed yet, guys, make sure to subscribe down below, because we've got so much content coming up in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video now. Take care now. Bye.